I'm an international trade specialist. I've been working on international trade for 25, 30 years, both as a researcher and doing advisory work to governments and organisations. I also run a small spin-out company from the university called InterAnalysis, and InterAnalysis is a company that specialises in really understanding trade statistics and how to use trade statistics, and a lot of our work is engaged in helping businesses, organisations, governments, the British government and governments around the world in understanding trade statistics and how to interpret and use those trade statistics to improve your outcomes, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. I'm also a member of the UK Trade Policy Observatory, which is an independent unit established immediately after the referendum at the University of Sussex, designed to engage in the Brexit debate, if you like, designed to try and make sure that the British government, that firms, institutions, organisations make the best possible decisions in terms of moving forward. What I want to do in this talk is think a little bit about how one might consider what the effects of leaving the EU might be and how that might impact on firms, and consider how one might identify what the challenges and opportunities are. For those of you that are at the preceding talk by the Institute of Exports, what I'm going to be saying is extremely complementary to that, and I agree with a lot of what was being said there, but I'm probably slightly less optimistic. So in our title, I've used the term falling off the cliff edge. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is when we leave the EU, leaving the EU involves two things. It involves organising and negotiating the terms of the divorce, how we will leave the EU. Completely separate from that is, do we sign some form of free trade agreement with the EU once we have left the EU? And those two things are legally, technically, completely separate. There is no prenup here, so we do have to organise the divorce from the EU. Separately, we need to organise under what rules will we trade with the EU. If we do not manage to sign a free trade agreement, which is clearly a possibility, then that's what I'm calling, and what has been termed in the sort of the media, falling off the cliff edge. So in order to think about the implications of this, one needs to identify what does it mean to have market access, both into markets, and for you, if you're an exporting firm, you might be buying supplies from out there, from the EU or non-EU markets, so it's access into the UK market as well as access by exporters to external markets. So I'm going to start my talk by saying a little bit about what matters for market access. I'm going to then apply that to relations with the EU, and why and in what way will relations with the EU fundamentally change. Then I'll apply some of that to market access to the rest of the world, and then finish off with some thoughts as to how one might think about identifying export opportunities.